I would like to learn. I would like to
Okay.
learn about machine learning.
All
Artificial.
right. All right. Okay. Just give me a second. Yeah, please go ahead, Gopi.
Yes, yeah. So I have done like as an automation engineer, QA lead until like last couple of months. After that, like I mean, I'm looking for the new projects. I want to learn some new technologies and all stuff. I'm good in Python language, so I just want to learn regarding the artificial AI and the machine learning.
All right. Very good. Okay. Fine.
Hi, this is
So
Suresh.
anybody?
Yeah,
Yes.
I have a total IT experience of 16 years. So I worked for the Salesforce. Right now, I'm working for Salesforce. So earlier, I worked for the BI tools, which is like a business objects, Cognos, and Ab Initio, Data Sage. Okay, many tools I worked. DB side also I have. That's it from me. Thank you.
You have been working as it? What?
Now I'm working for the Salesforce.
Salesforce. So what is your role?
I'm a developer.
A developer, Java, or which is the language you will use it to develop the applications?
Basically, that's a different language. JavaScript also required. There is a
Okay.
course Apex and Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. And others?
Yeah, hi, this is Naveen. Yeah,
Hi,
I'm
Naveen.
I'm working as a mainframe developer. I had 9 years of experience. Yeah, currently I'm in Irving, Texas.
Okay. Okay. That's good here. And
Hello.
others? Yeah. Yes.
Hello, all. My name is Manikunda. I'm working as a technical program manager with LTM Mindtree. I'm currently located at Seattle area.
Okay, so you're working into yeah, already you how many years of experience you have?
I have about 20 years of experience. I have worked in
All right.
multiple different product levels
Okay,
and
all right.
trying to put our feet in AI like
That's good.
as much as possible. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Fine.
Hi, my name is Sunil. I'm a technical program manager working for Mindtree. Manikunda is my colleague just now who introduced himself. So we are working together as a technical program manager. We have 15 plus years of experience in IT industry right now. I am based out of Hyderabad, and we are planning to set our footprint in AI. We do have some good opportunities within the organization, so we would like to explore more in the AI and understand end to end, learn complete AI. I mean, not complete, but at least the entry level.
Very good. Okay, thank you. And good. So many of you are from the different backgrounds, and some of you are already working professionals, right? Very good. So just give me a second. I think my mic is having some problem while recording. So let me adjust that. Dot before. Hello, Mac testing 1, 2, 3. So, oops. No. Yes. Okay, I'm not sure what is the problem. The mic. It's all right.
We are good. We are
End
able
of
to
the
hearing you. Don't worry.
Yeah, yes, you're able to hear. The problem is not with you. The problem is with software which I use for the recording. Okay, so there it was not able to capture my sound. I'm not sure it's okay. Anyhow, Zoom also I'm trying to record because some people who are not going to join, right? So that I can share the recording with them. So I can see pretty much people. So I will start with my introduction first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So myself, Ganesh, I have been working in the software industry for more than 10 years. So earlier I was working as a senior systems architect and software engineer, especially web development, where I'll be building the backend applications for the various sectors like telecom and IoT. And currently I'm working with some retail company. So I have I have the equivalent experience into the data science and AI, where I have done my the masters from the LJMU into the NLP and published my thesis. And I have been working as a senior data scientist come machine learning engineer into one of the company, product-based company. So my primary tech stacks are using the machine learning algorithms and deep learning algorithms and generative AI to build some applications to the clients. Or ideally, we build some products and we sell to them. And we have the clients across the globe, even the US, Canada, Europe, and almost every country. So yes, so that's all about me, and I have been doing this as the part time. So basically, this is the time which I will be available to teach, and teaching is not my profession. So some people will do the teaching as a profession, but for me, it is like the exploration of myself, because I have been interested into the teaching since a long time, since my childhood. So that's why I took this path to explore the knowledge to the people who wanted to learn the AI. Okay, so I just wanted to democratize it so that people will be feeling very easy to learn it, because now the resources, people will not go there and spend a lot of time into the coaching centers or reading the books or watching the videos. So I want the session to be interactive. So my primary audiences are like very newbies who are very new to the AI. So how many of you already know the AI, at least the basics or intermediate level? So nobody?
I don't know the level, but I have done, I mean, I read through some of the available courses online.
All right. So you went through what? So like which course?
So generative AI courses like that are available in the Microsoft Learning.
Microsoft Learning. Okay, but do you know AI before learning generative AI? So are you aware
I
of the, yeah, tell me.
I worked on NLP before for Alexa when I was working for Alexa in Amazon.
Okay, so you're from Amazon?
Yeah, I worked for Amazon for 4 years.
All right. So have you used any of the machine learning models or like NLP models? I know why, because most of them are related to the nowadays we have the transformer models, right? So which category have you worked on in NLP? Because 4 years back there was no generative AI. So when you
Right,
were
there is no,
working,
yeah, but I worked on Alexa prompting, like, or that's more like a monitoring app that we were developing at the time.
so what was your role in that? Like, are you developer or what
No,
were
I
you?
wasn't a developer. I was a program manager.
All right, very good. Yeah, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So this is about the AI/ML. So two batches were there actually. So one is generative AI, the other one is AI/ML. So in the AI/ML, so it is like the primary path to learn the generative AI, right? So you can still learn the generative AI without knowing this, but it will be a little bit difficult. Why? Because generative AI, I'll be teaching most of into the NLP. So NLP from scratch, from the text processing till to the so currently what is happening in the generative AI. Okay, so the other one is the purely machine learning. So where I'll be
Okay,
teaching
can
you
you
the
tell me
data
what
science.
is NLP first?
Yeah, all right. So yeah, I will be coming to that. So first let me start the demo. So this is just everything I will explain whatever I have mentioned the terms in this period. Okay, so let me start let me share my screen first. Yes, I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Okay, so you're able to see the demo screen, not the other screen, right? So I have the multiple screens. That's why I was asking. Because I can't able to see this. Zoom is something new for me. I
I
usually
can
use
see
other
only the
tools.
page which says like demo machine learning and artificial intelligence,
All right. Thank you. Yeah,
just
fine.
like
Thank you.
introduction page.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So there is a lot of confusion between the machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science. and generative AI, NLP, computer vision. These are all very broad terms you will hear every single day. So I will go through them. First of all, what is AI? I will explain. So there will be a lot of misconceptions around learning what is AI. Okay, the first thing is, anybody tell me in single line of thing, at least like even one sentence. So what is the AI? Not the abbreviation. So what do you think is the AI?
Like it's a human intelligence in machine that programmed to think and learn, like to make a decision.
Okay, so the mission should be able to take a decision like human, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's partially correct. Yes. So anybody else?
Which is a replica for human intelligence.
All right. That's almost same, right? Yeah, very good.
The intelligence what the human beings we have, that is induced into a machine artificially, and making it work like a human with human intelligence.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so mostly the answer is, so it is equal to the human intelligence, right? So you think about one scenario. Okay, so I will give one example problem for the AI. So weather prediction. So weather prediction is a very simple example. So you have given the past 1 year data, okay, every single day data, or maybe the past 10 years data. Okay, I want you to predict whether it is going to rain tomorrow or not. This is one of the problem. Second problem is, I've given you my customer information of my Amazon. Suppose I'm working for Amazon company. I do have the many customers. Maybe I have 1 million customers. I would like to get the recommendation of the products for each customer. Okay, what is the average revenue each customer will generate in the next 3 years span? 1 million or 10 million. As a human being, will you be able to do that? As a human being, even taking the computation power, will you be able to do that? And ideally, I don't think so. Why? Because going through the entire data, manually analyzing it, and doing the stuff is very difficult. Of course, the AI not only equal to the human intelligence, beyond the human intelligence. Why? Because some of the problems we can't solve it, but AI can do. And with some of the problems we can't solve it, AI can do, but we can't even validate whether AI is doing correctly or not also. Few things we can take an example. Suppose you are driving a Tesla car, and Tesla car will have a lot of objects like cameras or sensors. It will try to detect the objects across the road. That was one of the deep learning problem. Nothing but computer vision problem. Images are the input, and you're trying to predict something. As a human being, you can do that. I was given a cat. I was asking you whether it is a cat or not. You were able to do. Why? Because in your brain, since the childhood, there were neurons which were trained to identify the cat. Suppose you went to some new country where that animal you have never seen before. You don't know what is it, but you will try to compare that animal with the existing animals in your brain. Maybe something is looking like a cat. Okay, this is resembling cat. It is resembling dog. Okay, so these and all humans can interpret or predict something close to their knowledge. Okay, so we will understand by end of this lecture. So how we will train the machines. So what is the how human beings are being trained to identify the objects or to do something. So how the AI will be trained. So ideally, the AI means something you had to predict in the future, or something you had to uh, identify as humans are doing it, or beyond the humans sometimes. Okay, so it is kind of a intelligence. So intelligence not a computer program. You cannot code it. So you tell me one example. So I will write most of you know the basic of the program, I believe. So even if you don't, it's fine. Whoever know the basic programming, so check if else blocks, nested if else blocks to identify something. Okay, so I was having a image of the cat. So I wanted to check the program. Manually, I'm writing it, whether it is a cat or not. No. Then I will check for whether dog is equal to cat or not. No. I will check with other enemy. Let's do something else. As long as you write the program, that is not the artificial intelligence, right? That is human intelligence who is writing the program. The logic was written by even you are writing a software program, those are not AI. Why? Because you are the person who is writing the program, AI is not. All right. So AI is something which you will predict in the future or even in the current scenarios. So one term which we will use for the AI, so inside the AI we will have the data science, machine learning, deep learning. So a lot of terms for there across the AI. So I will give one example from each sector so that you will get an idea. One problem I will try to explain. In healthcare sector, suppose you are having heart disease or not. You are having the COVID or not. Recently, when the COVID happened, we were given the chest X-rays, right? Chest X-rays are the input to the algorithm or AI, and it will predict whether you are having a COVID or not with some accuracy. And healthcare is having a lot of variety of use cases. Not only here, recently after the generative AI, they're trying to build the vaccines. Of course, it has been there since long time. The healthcare sector, when I was working for one of the project, the main thing is brain tumor detection. And if you're having a table records to identify the person is having the cancer or not, there are a lot of use cases in the diagnosis process. And the transport, if you are using Ola or Uber, have you seen ETA, estimated time of arrival? By when the cab can reach you? That was one of the machine learning problem. So previous historical data of the traffic and the routes, they have trained the machine so that it can predict as much as accurately as possible. Next is the agriculture. In the agriculture sector, whether the crop has come to the harvesting or not, or whether your fruits has ripened or not. You can detect using that, and you can use some techniques to which fruit you have to pick it up so that you can sell it. That was one of the computer vision problem. Where when I using these terms, so what does it mean? So you think about this in real world, how much data, how many types of data is possible? So you are living in the real world. So what you will see in the data types in the world. So the first data type is the Excel, the tabular format, where you will understand the column name and the columns were present and the rows were present. This is what we call it the tabular data. Even databases or Excel sheets or any table, even if you go for any banking sector or anywhere, you will see the tables. Tables are structured manner to understand the data. This person's age is what? This person's name is what? This person's occupation. You can easily understand. This is one type of data. The second type of data, we are looking via our eyes, right? What you are looking, the images, the real world real world videos that is going through our eyes. What else? The text. We are reading the text. Don't get confused between the tabular data and the text data. So ideally, so the text is nothing but you are reading unstructured data. Suppose a book is a text, a newspaper is a text, an article is a text. You got? So 1 minute. She's asking for the student count. Alright. Yeah. So whatever we see through our eyes, it is a image data. Nothing but image is nothing but video and video. Video is nothing but images, right? So when I, instead of talking about the videos, I will talk about images. When you pause the images in a 16 frames in a second, you will see a video. And next is text data. Text data is nothing but all the data which is not having any structure, paragraphs, sentences, books, all of them we consider as the text data. The other one is audio. The audio which we hear. So ideally, though it is an audio, at the end, when we transcribe it, it is a text. So at the end, if we talk about conventionally, only 3 types of data is present. The one is tabular data, image data, and the text data. I'm considering audio also as a text. Why? Because at the end, it will be a text, what we speak. So whatever the problems you see in the AI, it revolves around these three. It revolves around these three. And in the healthcare data, the data can be a tabular or data can be images. If it is just X-rays, data is in images. In the transport department, it can be a, when I talk about the ETA, so one of the machine learning model, that is a structured data. Agriculture, again, images. Okay, so I'm giving one example. There can be even structured data also in the agriculture. So the education sector, think about anybody recently, even the tutors are AI tutors, right? So in the generative AI case, so they were trying to understand your language and speak to you, right? So even to visually make you feel good, even the animations creation. So people try to explain the concept even in different ways. The e-commerce, think about Amazon. So they have the excellent recommendation engine algorithm. So you buy something, so you open your home screen, immediately the first page, whatever you see in the news feed, right? The feed of your page, based on your previous data, what you have bought. So those, based on that, you will get some recommendations. And not only that, when you click on some product, come just below and you will see the similar products. Or you may be buying from the A with B, that combinations. Okay, the person has brought this thing. You may buy this also. Okay, so in the e-commerce sector. So recommendations is one of the big challenge and a very good problem in the e-commerce. And the entertainment, nothing but Netflix or Amazon Prime, based on your previous interest in the movies, they will recommend a very good movies which you may like, you may watch. The next is robotics. The robotics is where still you may think, so humanoid robots, you may be wondering, so why it is not even happening? So as a commercial. So though the Boston Dynamics were doing a lot of things, humanoid robots or industry robots, whatever it is. So now it is not a problem of the computer science, it is a problem of physics. Why? Because computer science, we already solved the problem. Why? Because nowadays you can see after the ChatGPT and OpenAI, lot of models they have released, they can directly talk with you. They have a lot of good human intelligence. So now the problem is with the physics. They had to make the robot walk or do the things which they wanted to do in a run with a computer program. So that's more of physics, but at the end, so they already achieved the kind of intelligence what humans have. And next is automotive, so almost same. So automotive sector, maybe I can take an example of the Tesla cars. So in the Tesla cars, because I'm taking it because they're having autonomous. So when you drive a car, they will be training on based on one thing is, so you will not learn the driving by harding the rules. You can't learn driving by, okay, there is a speed breaker. When the speed breaker comes, I have to slow down. Or when the tree comes, I should not hit. Like that, I will not remember.
Yeah, class. Zoom meeting.
Yeah. So anybody they unmute, you can go unmute. Yeah. How can I take the list of students who are attending here? Anybody knows this Zoom? Because I was not able
You
to
mean
see the
participants, sir?
yeah participants. Yeah.
Oh, on the bottom you see there is participant list.
Okay, this UI got changed. I don't know all of a sudden because after sharing the screen earlier, it used it to be.
Oh, if you're sharing the screen, it appears on the top of the screen, sir.
Okay, but I can see as a this thing the thumbnails as a list. I can't see.
No, the participant is showing us 27 right on the top.
Yeah.
One participant.
In the right side on the top, participant showing us 27.
Okay. So can anybody take a screenshot of all the participants and keep it in the chart? Why? Because I can't see in my this thing. More participant, home mail, team chart, meetings, contacts. Earlier it used to show because when I logged in, right, that time it was showing on the somewhere in the screen, but now it's not showing. Team chart. The team chart I can take. Yes, yeah, thank you. Oh, total 27. Okay, thank you, Harish. I think you have captured almost everybody, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's not my account. So I got credentials from the Rani. Yeah. All right. Yes. So yeah, we were at automotive. So the autonomous driving cars. So when you're learning a driving, so you don't need to by heart everything. You have to train. The training is nothing, but you will not train. Okay, if there was a the cat coming under your car, you had to brake. There is a dog. Not like that. You have to learn in a very generalized conceptual way. So if you learned how to brake when the speed breaker comes, you need to learn again when the cat comes what to do. Oh, there is a dig. So you don't need to learn what because we have the common sense. The bringing the common sense to the machine very very challenging thing, which was achieved through the LLMs recently. Of course, still AGI is pending, artificial general intelligence, but still almost it was able to understand what humans are speaking, what is the context, and what is the meaning of it. Okay, so these and all happening because of the LLMs. I'll talk about that later. So we talked about the automotive. So next is social media. The social media sector, so you'll get friend recommendations and the posts which you may like in the news feed, how the recommendations of the posts are happening based on your interests. So earlier, which you are watching, even consider the YouTube, for example. So YouTube's recommendation algorithm will follow. Suppose you're watching some particular kind of a shorts. Okay, they will keep on recommending such kind of a shorts and they will break that because suppose you're searching for the phones. So they can't show you all day the phones only, right? They have the exploration and exploitation. Exploration is keeping the same thing, and the exploitation is once you are done with that, you should have a diversity in the recommendations. You will get bored. The goal is to make you stick to the screen. Anybody, Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, anybody's thing is they wanted to make you to stick to the screen so that they can make a revenue through advertisements. Okay, so even in the social media, so you may see the positive or negative or neutral comments, which are related to politics, which are related to the movies. The identification and segregation of them will happen using the machine learning. The data security. In the data security example case, maybe I will take the fraud detection or some anomalies in the data. So nothing but your data is being captured by somebody, or like if you are using, for example, take data where, okay, usually you are using one of your phone to do the purchases. All of a sudden, it happens, some of the transaction happens from very far, which is not even in your range. So that could be potential fraud, okay, which is not usual case. That is what we call it as the anomaly. So even in the finance sector and data sector, so what they will do, identifying the fraud is one of the key thing. And not only that, even in the finance sector, they will have the whether you wanted to pass a loan to person or not, based on his credit history and the data of his demographical data, nothing but personal information, transactional data, and credit score. These and all they will consider to decide whether they wanted to give a loan to you or not. Even the credit card case. In the gaming case, so this is something strange. The gaming one, for suppose if you are very good in gaming, especially these role-based gamings. Suppose if you have the PS5 or even the computer games. So, for example, take this the Harry Potter kind of a game, role-based example. And not only that, even the chess game. I can take an example of chess. How do you think chess game has been built? They have built on the reinforcement learning approach. Reinforcement learning is one of the thing in the AI, so which is a little bit advanced, very complex topic. So in the reinforcement learning, so there is no data. So you had to learn on your own. The machine should be able to learn on its own by interacting with the environment. Okay, so that I will show you in one of the video. But what we are going to cover in this, okay, one more is astronomy. Astronomy case, we have to detect the extraterrestrial body, the objects, when the asteroid is going to hit the Earth, or what is the potential, what is the probability that object can be a planet. Okay, so there are a lot of things for that. So among these examples which I have given to you, so there are few things which I have here. The data which we will use it to train the model. So what is the training and how do we achieve all these things? So what I will be teaching in the class. Okay, so I'm not going to give this example. This how target. You can go through this Forbes article. So this was way back in 2012. So where using the simple statistics, how the target was able to figure it out whether the teen girl was pregnant or not before her father knows. So based on her purchases, so very simply what they have done is, so they will go to the target and they'll try to buy something, right? So when they're purchasing something, so they have to enter their phone number and they do have the bills, right? So with this phone number and the name, they will observe what they have purchased. Based on that, so based on her purchase, what she has done is she purchased a lot of lotions and some of the medications which were required during the pregnancy. Even she, without her willing notice, what the target has done, they have run the statistical model on top of that, and they figured out this girl could be a pregnant, and then they started sending some coupons to her, saying, okay, this could be your potential purchase. You may be the pregnant, so that you will buy this thing also. Her father identified, why are you sending this to my data? So when they go to the target manager, and he said, so that must be something potential, this thing, inaccuracy in our model. We will check it out. But by the time he goes to the home and he understands, okay, her daughter is really pregnant, he went to the target and he apologized to them. So what is our thing here is they went from the purchases to the behavior of the person. That is what our identification is. Even you post anything in the X, so your personality can be changed just like that. Even when the Trump won in the previous elections, when the BJP won in 2014, so there could be a lot of things even every government has been doing to use the social media to make your brain to align with their agenda. It is very simple. See, open, suppose I'm not a support of any party, I'm just giving an example. So you open it, and as soon as you open the Instagram or Facebook or X, you see some very bad things about Congress. Okay, Congress is doing this thing, or BJP is doing this thing. Okay, then you will feel in your mind, internally, it will ask for, okay, your emotional it will play. Better I will tell you to avoid social media in the morning, but whatever you see in the morning time, right, that will really affect your brain. It will change your opinion easily. So that is the very good thing about, not good thing, maybe the bad thing about the recommendations. So I will recommend only the things where the Congress is doing very bad. I will tweak the model. Okay, so that you will be, okay, I'm changing your mind in such a way that you have to support the BJP or and vice versa. So that control is high. That's why all the organizations should be working independently. If they work with the government, so there can be a lot of these things can happen. Yeah. So coming back to the machine learning and differentiation between the data science and machine learning and AI. Okay, so here, as you see, the AI is very big circle in the left side one. And the machine learning, you try to solve the AI. So AI is nothing but the problem. One of the problem you have to solve using the AI, which is the artificial intelligence. How do you solve that problem, which I have seen, which I have told you so far? You can use the machine learning to solve the problem, or you can use the deep learning to solve the problem, or you can use the data science to solve the problem. All of them, internally, they have the mathematics component. The algorithm will be built on the mathematics and statistics. So data science, if you're a data scientist and you are trying to learn the data science, the first skill what you have to do is understand the statistics. Statistics is 70 to 80% of the times you have to know, you should be very good in statistics to become a data scientist. To learn the machine learning, you should have the data science, data analysis, along with the coding skills. To learn the deep learning, you should understand in more mathematics and the more programming. Okay. So yeah, so these are all part of that. And data science, one more thing is data analysis, data visualization. These are all part of the internally, it is part of the AI. Okay, so right side you look at it, everything, artificial intelligence systems, data engineering systems, and business problems. The common thing is data. Without data, no AI, no software engineering, nothing will be possible. Okay. Here, because these are all we have done. So what kind of roles you can apply? The business analyst, data engineer, these are all the terms which you will hear every single day, right? So what business analyst does, if any of you are a business analyst, you can share your experience, what you do in your company or in your previous companies. Okay, anybody is there? Business analyst? Any data analyst? So any of you are in this sector? Maybe no. Yeah, fine. So the business analyst, so more mainly he will try to analyze. Suppose if you're working for the marketing company, you're a business analyst over there, and what your goal is to make the Excel. You will be having the Excel sheets. So mainly Excel sheets are such kind of a PowerPoints or the kind of a data which is in the form of table, and you will see, okay, what is the sales, what is this quarter sales, how much increment we got it, how much loss we had, revenue improvement, how much it happened. These are all you will observe and draw the visualizations using some of the plots and show it in your business to see what happened in the business over a past year or past month. So how can we take a decisions? Okay, analyzing business data and whatever the marketing data you have, and you will take a decision based on the data which you have published. And the data analyst, when they came here, and business analyst is having some limitations. He can't deal with the large data. He's having limited knowledge. Okay, the data analyst, when they come, they take the data. I'm sorry. So you take the large data and do use some tools like Tableau and Power BI, such kind of a tools, and do very good plots. Visually, the data has to be represented in a visual form so that anybody can understand. Okay, so you have to do the group by, and if you are familiar with SQL, so whatever the operations we do in the SQL, same thing can be done here. So for example, you wanted to check, so how many male people are there in the marketing? Suppose you have the marketing data, nothing but sales data. The sales data, how many females has bought in past 3 months? How many males? So what is the product? The most purchased one. So how much revenue each customer made? So this kind of analysis you can do using the data analyst. So that is part of the data analyst, and they had to use the data and tools to make some understanding about the data to the business owners. Next, data engineer. So data engineer. So for both of them, even for the data analyst to work on the large data, so data has to be prepared, given to them. Okay. For example, you are using the Amazon. So when you scroll the Amazon and click on some product, entire thing will be captured. Okay, you're scrolling and you're clicking and you're buying, add to cart and the purchase and wish list. Everything thing is a log. That logs being sent to the servers of the Amazon, and they will extract the data and convert into a tabular format or whatever the structured format they have it. And that is huge data because you are capturing the clicks. You may make maybe thousands of clicks each day. Look at the persons, 1 million persons and 1,000, it will become like huge thing. When the data becomes bigger, you need to introduce big data technologies. Okay, big data technologies are nothing but Hadoop and Hive, the Peak. This kind of technologies for there where you can process the data very fast and efficient way. These guys should have such kind of a knowledge. Okay, so they have to have all the skills to build data pipelines. So the data can be used to both of them, all of them. Even data analyst, data scientist, machine learning engineer, NLP engineer, everybody will be using the data generated by the data engineer. That is a very good sector now, not only the machine learning and AI, because earlier when I was the beginning of my career, so this was too much of booming, like, so everybody talking about big data, big data. So there is a lot of data is there, where to process it, ETL pipeline buildings and all. So a lot of things were happening. Now most of the sector is like still is on demand. People are coming with a lot of good ideas and good tools. So data scientist, this person is having the mathematics background, statistics background, data visualizations, data analysis, and machine learning modeling, statistical modeling in the sense. So what is the difference between data scientist and machine learning engineer is, so ML engineer is equal to data scientist plus software engineer. So what does that mean? So you should have all the skills what a data scientist have, including that you should have software engineering skills. What are software engineering skills? What the software engineer does? Software engineer does API building. Okay, they must be knowing the server handling, deployment. They'll be doing CI/CD pipelines. They'll be doing the what do you call this? Scaling, distributed computing, and good programming knowledge. So these are the software engineer does. Even test cases, testing also he has to know how to do. All right. So This is kind of a nowadays very demanding skill because people are looking for more of ML engineer. Why? Because they don't need to hire both of them. Because they don't need to hire data scientist or something. They can make it work with the ML engineer. So technically, it's not correct. Why? Because ML engineer role is to build a models in general, but companies will not do like that. So what ideally it should work is the data scientist has to analyze the data and tell the machine learning engineer which model will work. You build that model. That is the sole purpose of the data scientist. And machine learning engineer has to take the inputs from the data scientist and build the model using software engineering skills. That is how it should be. So he has to understand both data scientist things and software engineering things. So that was one thing. And next thing is, I told you about the data types, right? The one is tabular data. The second thing is the text data. Third thing is image data. The tabular data I told, so it is data scientist. So text data, so this process called natural language processing, NLP. When you're dealing anything with the text that is called natural language, so text is nothing but English, Telugu, Kannada, Japanese, German. These are all text. So how can a machine understand text? So that is what it about. General machines are only understand numbers, binaries, 0 or 1s. But you are making the machine understand your natural language like English. So this is what NLP does. So NLP nowadays, whatever you see the ChatGPT and the chatbots, so everything wherever you see the conversations like human-like conversation, so they have used NLP. So advanced version of NLP, using this NLP, they have built this LLM models, nothing but large language models, which is an example of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is all about the NLP. You have to learn a lot of things in this particular sector. Okay. So next is image data. So for this, you should have the skills, especially the image reading, image editing. So image editing in the sense, not the editing which you refer to Adobe editing and all. There are some of the techniques where you will use, think about even the Adobe, this thing, Photoshop, and even the tools which you use in your mobile for editing, they all tools based on the computer vision. Even the object detection. You are giving an image, identify the objects within this image. That's the computer vision problem. Okay. So, for example, so that is the Tesla example I have given to you. So this object, you can able to see which is a bag, which is a person, which is a traffic light. So this and all should be input to your car. Then only it can process something and it take decision. And then it has to take a decision. This was one of the primary example. So where the object detection is happening. And based on that, we can build a lot of things like the visionary applications where the decision making that will happen. Most of the computer vision problems related to neural networks. So you should have in the neural networks, there is a particular sector called convolutional neural network, CNNs. So those are the driving factors for the computer vision. Not only this, even they should have, in general, how do you convert this into black and white images? The image processing things. And how do you crop it? How do you segment this car? Yeah, like this. So this object detection, I said, you have to segment it across these borders. This dog was there. So you had to draw this one and you had to make something like this. This is what we call the segmentation. So there are a lot of problems for there in the computer vision when you're dealing with the images, and there is a library which we use, our computer OpenCV, and CNN models and all we will use to build the projects. And okay, so most of the information I given to you. So the one which was pending is the reinforcement learning and such kind of a concept. I will tell that. So first, let us understand these are the skills so which anybody has to understand for the roles which they're going to take. Data engineers should be proficient in SQL and the building data modeling and the big data technologies like Hadoop and Spark. And the data analyst should be knowing SQL or Power BI, Tableau, and data scientist has to be knowing the statistics and Python programming and visualizations and data modeling. ML engineer programmer has to know the good frameworks like the PyTorch, TensorFlow, and the distributed computing from software engineering. So these and all. Okay. So next, I will talk about one important thing where so try to stay for at least 15 minutes because people are, if somebody is thinking of dropping, I don't want them to drop. At least stay for 15 minutes. I know maybe it is late for you. So can you identify what is this number? So A and B were given to you. C is the column which we wanted to see how we are using the A and B to derive the C. So there is some pattern between the A, B and C. So C is the thing which I have derived and A and B are the given to you. So based on this pattern, so A and B given this is C, A and B given this is C, but the A and B given here, so what will be the value of this thing? Can you guess? Just think about it. Any idea? It's fine even if it is wrong. I just wanted to understand your the thinking, not necessarily to be correct. It's like aptitude problem. Any guess? Nobody? At least tell me like what is happening. What are you thinking? So that is my point. Not to I'm not expecting answers from you. So nobody? Yeah, Harish.
Understand in column C you are taking
Mm.
first two numbers,
Correct.
and
Yeah.
from third number you're taking from column B. Again,
Okay.
you're taking column A again, 8 and 1. But this 11,
Okay.
I'm not understanding how you're taken. I thought
Okay.
it should come as 6.
Yeah, thank you for responding. Why? Because this is what I'm expecting. Okay. So yes, what I'm interested in, how your thought process was going on, how your neurons are triggering to solve this problem. That is my intention. I'm not expecting that you have to solve this problem by just like that. Okay. So what you have done, you're doing trial and error, isn't it? Okay, 2 and 4 was there, so 2 was the answer. Maybe this was the output. 3 and 5 there, 3 have given. But in this case, instead of 6, I have given 7. Maybe the B value I have given. Again, 8, 10, I have given 8. 1, 3, 1. And you're having some pattern. Okay, maybe I'm taking 2 from the first 2. And then I'm taking A from the first 2. And when it comes to the third one, I'm taking the B. Again, I'm following the first 2, maybe the 8 and 1 as A. But that was broken here. Here I'm not taking the B. Some 11 happened. And I'm asking what is this question? Till here I have given to you, then you may break here the value as the one. Maybe I'm following A, B, A, B. Some pattern you're thinking, right?
No,
That is
if
very
the
good.
first pattern, like if it is not 11, I thought it's 5, because what I thought about first 4 lines were, if both are even, we are taking the first line, A.
Okay.
If both are odd, we are taking A. If both are not same, like one is even
Okay.
and one is odd, we are taking B.
Okay. So
That's
that's
what
very
my
good.
process
Yeah.
of first 5 lines. They hold good for first 5 lines.
Yeah. So you're thinking something, your trial and errors, right? This and all, you are
Yes.
thinking about the different patterns, what is happening. Okay. So at the end, maybe if you think like that, maybe after a couple of minutes or after a few hours, you will definitely get the answer. Okay, you will definitely get the answer. But this thought process, how can you give it to the machine? Okay. So this is nothing but given the data. This is the testing. This data I'm giving to you to train you. This data I'm asking you a question, whether your training has done properly or not. Okay. Think about a baby. Baby, just born baby, who is coming into the real world. She doesn't know anything. No knowledge about the world. She doesn't know what is cat and what is dog. How do you train a baby? Maybe if you are already parents, some of you may be parents, you are having a kid. How do you train the baby, the cat and dog? Maybe you will take a book, a small book where the animals pictures were there. You have the two book where the cat images and dog images were present. You show the different variations of the cat. Different variations of the cat, maybe 10 variants I have. The black cat, white cat, brown cat, the cat under the table, cat above the chair, cat on the cot, and similarly dog. The black dog, different breeds in a dog. Okay. So some 10 images are shown. You bring the 11th one. If the baby was able to figure it out whether that is a cat or dog, the 11th image which you have given to the baby, if the baby was able to identify this image as a cat or dog, then your baby has learned properly. Suppose you are showing the 11th image as a cat, but the baby is able to identify the dog, that means the baby didn't learn. So this process, we call it as the training. Okay. This process, which you are showing to test the knowledge, we call it as the testing. This is the terms we will use in machine learning every single time. The training and testing. So what could happen in the baby brain? When you're showing the cat, maybe how the baby will learn, it will look at the particular field of vision. Okay, the cat, okay, the cat is having a mustache. Cat body, it is having 4 legs, and it is having a tail, and the ears are looking like this. It is having a fur. It is having a teeth in a particular manner. The colors are there. This is a different color, this color. Okay. And when you show the dog, again, it will try to think about the dog features. The dog is having big ears, very sharp teeth and big teeth. Body is bigger, and the tail is bigger. Okay, such kind of a feature. Something is happening in the human brain. So that we'll talk about later. So those, we call it the features. In the computer, especially in the case of the images, the features are nothing but what and all I have told you. These features baby will try to understand. When you show this one, 11th image, it will try to apply those features. Okay, is it having a fur? Is it having a mustache? Is it having a small tail or big tail? These are all it will try to identify. If the baby didn't learn, definitely it will not. This learning is an algorithm. The algorithm can be any algorithm, machine learning or deep learning algorithm. So we are training the baby using this algorithm and should be able to predict the new things which are coming into the real world. Based on that, you evaluate the performance. Whether this is wrong or right, you show the next, not only 11, you show the 5 images, 11 to 15. Out of them, how many it has done for it to date? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Out of these 5 images, how many the baby was able to correctly predict? Maybe 3 or 4. Some accuracy you will get it. Out of all of 5, 100%. Maybe here 90%. So 80%, 70%, like that. You will get it. So that also we call it the evaluation. Okay. So in this case, it's the training. These are, I'm making you familiar with the terms. This is what we call it the testing. And then we evaluate the model. So at the end, whatever is happening inside the brain, that we call it as a model. The feature extraction and identification or classification. In this case, it is the classification. So what should happen here? So what will be the answer? So in general, you try to write a program. So I'm writing a simple program in a Python. Just add two numbers, a comma b. As a computer engineer, you will pass what a and b were given to you, and you have to calculate sum is equal to a plus b. Okay, so and then you return from. I know some of you not knowing the program. I will be teaching the Python anyhow. I will tell at the end of this, I will tell the syllabus, return sum. And you call this function by 4 comma 5. And when you call this function, it will try to add the sum 4 plus 5 and return you that problem. Here, conventional programming, what is the input and output? These are not, we have learned in our engineering or wherever. So input was given to you. Logic was written by you. This logic who wrote a plus b. I wrote this program. Then output was produced by what? Input is human. Logic is written by human. Output is written by computer. This is what traditional computer science. Traditional computer science. Then what is the machine learning happening? Input given by the human. Output is given by the human. The logic has to write by computer. You understand the difference? This is what is the difference between AI and the normal programming and AI programming. So in the conventional programming, okay, so this is what is happening. So you may ask me a question. If the computer is writing the program, why we have to learn anything? Right? Computer, I told computer will write the program, nothing but in this case. So I will tell about this step. So computer, why we have to write the program? The answer is, this is the input and output A comma B. Sorry, A comma B is input, C is an output. Correct? A comma B is an input, C is an output, which I asked you to predict. That is the output variable. Okay. So as a conventional programming, if you write that logic, I will tell you this logic is, what is it? The C is 2A minus B plus 2. This is the pattern. You do it, 2A, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, minus 4 plus 2, that is the 2. 3 multiplied to 6 minus 5 plus 2. 6 minus 5, 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Like that, what will be the answer here? 6 multiplied with 2, 12. 12 minus 1, 10. 10 plus 2, 13. This answer is 13. Of course, if you think about a little bit, everybody was able to predict it.
Yeah, it is 12, right?
Sorry?
Yeah, correct. 13, sorry.
Yeah. So this 13, based on calculations, I got it. So if I ask traditional programming, you have to look like how I asked you to look. You have to understand the pattern. Okay, after a couple of hours, you found this pattern. You write this program. You do this idea, you write this program. Then in the machine learning, so you pass as a human, you have to pass A, you have to pass B. Computer has to write 2A minus B equals 2. This has to be identified. This is what we call it as a pattern recognition. The computer should be able to identify the patterns. So you give the stock market data. What is happening tomorrow or in next 1 hour, what will be the value of this particular stock? As a human being, we can't do. The computer has to do using the AI. So now, okay, I told all these things. Why we had to write a program? Because computer, I told you in a very logical way, I told this way, this is not exactly what will happen. But to make you understand, I have made it very simple. So the computer is writing a program, nothing but pattern it was able to identify. And then it will give you the prediction for the new test data set. So what we had to write a program? We had to write a program to train. You given a and B, use particular algorithm, train the machine. In the machine learning, we have the linear regression, logistic regression, SVM, decision trees, random forest, ADA boosting, gradient boosting, extreme gradient boosting, naive Bayes, lot of algorithms. These are the algorithms which are very famous. So we will be discussing most of these algorithms, especially even KNN, nothing but K-means, and PCA. Okay, so whatever the relevant algorithms we will be teaching, I will be teaching in the machine learning class, including so it starts with Python. So because people will come from different backgrounds, fundamentals of the Python, data structures, control structures, and whatever necessary you need to know to learn the AI and the Python for data science. So how we will use into the data reading part, analysis part, and all within the pandas and NumPy, and cleaning the data, visualizing the data, and some of the mathematics. I know you might have forgotten the mathematics. I will give an introduction to linear algebra, vectors, and differentiations, mathematical calculus, some of the matrices, probability, and all. And the next is data science life cycle project. It's all about it's very simple. Eventually, you will be understanding how the data science will work. And exploratory data analysis, where we are cleaning the data and the analysis of the data and creation of the understanding the features and statistics. Statistics will be teaching population sample, central limit theorem, and hypothesis testing, which is really important for the people who are doing the real world deployments. They have to know this thing, and normal distributions and A/B testings and do sample testings. So of course, these are all very new to you, but I had to show the syllabus what I will be teaching. So coming to machine learning, so regression and classification is how we separate. So coming to this one, what is the supervised and unsupervised? So here I have given the A, comma B, comma C as an output, right? This is an output which we are predicting. So this problem, when you're identifying whether that is a cat or dog, this we call it as a classification. Okay, if your output is a number, continuous variable, we call that as a regression. where you got the difference between classification and regression. If you're into the cat-dog, this is called the classification algorithms. If the output is the number, like what is the house price? Think about house price prediction. Think of stock market prediction. You have to predict some number. What will be the house price in next 5 years? Given these houses, what will be my house price? This is under regression problem. Okay, so this and all we'll discuss in the classes. And then algorithms part. So then one more thing is called clustering. So you have the supervised learning where you have the input and output. Okay, I will remove this complete output. Then this is what we call unsupervised. So say there are particular algorithms which will deal with that. Okay, so this is a life cycle. So you prepare the data and like images, text, table, anything, analyze the data, extract the features. I told you in the image case, the features are nothing but the things which I have explained. In case of tables data, columns are the features. In case of the text data, the words are the features. And you train the model using the algorithm which I have shown to you. Test it using the testing data set, and you will get okay, this model is good. Testing performance accuracy is good. Then that model, you use it for real-time predictions and deploy into the production. If after a while, the predictions are not good in the real time, come back and check where you have missed in the features. Again, train the model, again, test it, again, release the predictions. Okay, it is like iterative process. Okay, even after doing multiple iterations, it's not improving results. Then go back. Did I do any mistake in the data preparation? Did I need to add more data? That you do that and do the feature extraction again and do the model building. This is like never-ending process. That's how any machine learning engineer or data scientist has to build this entire pipeline. Okay, so the one more thing which I explained about the traditional programming versus the machine learning program, input and program, if you give, the computer will calculate and give you the results. But in machine learning, it is a different way. Input and output you give, the machine should understand and identify the program. So I have given you pretty much recent information. And coming back here, the syllabus. So these are all algorithms we'll discuss. And then the model evaluation. So this is like very good chapter. And so how do we evaluate and model selection? Out of these models, which model we have to choose? And what are the potential problems we face? A lot of metrics, not only the accuracy. So these are all the sensitivity, specificity, R squared. And some of the metrics are for the regression, some of the metrics for the classification. Okay, so till here, so this and all syllabus for the machine learning engineering, data scientist and machine learning, so whatever you call. Okay, so and maybe I will be teaching some of the deployment strategies at the end of these algorithms. I'll be teaching some of the deployment. I hope you got a decent information. You can ask me any doubts if you have. So generative AI, I think different syllabus and different things for there. This is for the machine learning batch. No doubts? So all right. So if there are no doubts, yeah, tell me.
So you said this is for related to machine learning, right? What about the GenAI?
GenAI is different. GenAI syllabus I will show it to you. Okay. So GenAI is because to learn this thing, it will take a lot of time. The GenAI batch will have this is syllabus for generative AI. Python is similar almost. So next it will be NLP. I will be not teaching any of the machine learning. They completely based on NLP. No machine learning, no statistics, no machine learning, no data analysis, nothing. So only the NLP, neural networks, and I'll be teaching transformers, and then large language models like ChatGPT, and the LangChain and Hugging Face frameworks. And the RAG system will build for the projects. Some two projects will build. This is the syllabus for this is the overview. So maybe something new it is. This is not generative AI demo. It is the AI demo. That's why I didn't talk about all these things. Okay. So if you wanted to learn generative AI, maybe you have to wait for the next batch. So next batch, already one of the generative AI batch is going on. So currently machine learning batch is almost ending. So I can take, depending on the people who, what their wish is, depending on that I have to take and start a batch. Okay. So these are very large concept because this course is like around 2 months or 2.5 months of period of time. And you don't expect like to learn everything very quickly, like generative AI, because it takes time. Myself spent a lot of years to learn all these things. But there are two kinds of people who wanted to learn each and every concept in depth way, because my teaching will be in depth. That's why whatever I cover the topics, I will try to teach in very depth. The other kind of people are just knowing the basic stuff in all the sectors. So it's like jack of all trades, right? So the people will have different opinions and different mindsets. So any other questions you have?
You required any prerequisites for to Gen AI before starting?
Recording? What did you say?
No. Like I'm asking, like any prerequisites to start before Gen AI?
So see, I will talk about in terms of the jobs opportunities. Okay, so NLP through this process, yeah, of course, there will be some of the things, but I had to make in such a way, even if it's not required to be honest. But if you wanted to learn it's like you are building a steps. You're at step 1. Directly you jumping to step 10 and learning from there, right? So that's why the syllabus I made in such a way, even if you're not having familiarity with that one, so will be able to learn it. But few things you have to take it for granted. Few of the statements, if I give it to you, you have to take it for granted. Why? Because you are not knowing that concept, so you have to remember some of the things. If you already know the machine learning, this will become a little bit easier, but still it's okay, even if you're not having a prerequisite knowledge. So I made syllabus in such a way anybody can understand. But so you had to have a lot of programming things. Here we do a lot of programming. In the machine learning thing, we will have a lot of mathematics and the theory and the algorithm explanation. Here there will be no much of algorithm things, but we will most of the time we'll deal with the NLPs. So you can't apply for the kind of a role where the machine learning engineer does. Generative AI particular basic role only you can apply. And we will do few of this also in depth on. Don't think like it is very basic course, because this itself took a lot of time for me to teach to the current batch. So it is a little bit advanced. That's what I can say for me. Okay, so because it will deal with the neural networks, directly we're starting with neural networks. Without understanding data science, machine learning directly will learn with deep learning. That is how it is, right? And transformers, which is even more ahead. And the large language models built on the base of transformer. 2017, Google has published a paper called Transformer. So based on that, all this OpenAI chatbots and all got built. They just tweaked the model, trained on top of everything. Only the difference is the ChatGPT has been built on internet. They need to have a lot of training time. They need to prepare a lot of training data. That's why they are able to do all these things. It involves a lot of cost. Okay, so we will use the pre-trained models to build the applications. So mostly it's all about NLP. This generative AI is all about NLP. There will be images also, but in this course it will be all about natural language. So it depends on the batch size. So what batch I have to start? Okay, so you can let me know, or you can let Ronnie know your interest. So based on that, I will take the batch. Either machine learning or generative AI, anything. So if you wanted to discuss anything, you can discuss, or you can end. I know I took a lot of time of yours. Any other doubts?
What will mean the fee structure?
Sorry, what structure?
Fees.
Oh, okay. So that you can discuss generally. What happens is here you approach her through the Rani, right? So maybe I don't know. So you had to ask her about that. Generally, there are two things. You come in through consultancies, right? Are you guys looking for the job placement as well? Or what was your goal? I don't know what the Rani has informed to you. Are you part of the consultancy or independent?
Independent group WhatsApp.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay, we'll talk with Rani. That's
1
not an
minute.
issue. Sure.
Yes.